that's why, like, I like my music how it starts off, because if I ever decide to go to different places, the first thing to hear is "Sorry About Your Damn Luck," and they know exactly. They're like, "Oh shit!" Like, Jason Thorne's here.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah, exactly. And that was another thing, too, with your theme song. You have that iconic opening that you had, so far in NWA. You obviously had that in Impact as well. In the matches you've worked with Ring of Honor, you had it there as well. So people always know it's you every single time you come out. And was that one thing that you were hoping that they would put in your music when you went to NXT? Because you had the music and people weren't really sure who it was.
Well, no, that's the funny thing is like we weren't able to get it done in time.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Because we had to go through walkthroughs and all this stuff. And then Hunter actually, like, when I got down to the ring, the referee told me, he said that Hunter wants me to grab the mic at the end and say, "Sorry about your damn luck."
Oh, wow. Wait,
yeah.
Did you end up saying it on the mic, or was it like, I remember you saying it on the show.
Because something like the mic wasn't working or something, because the referee was like, "Mic's not working." And he goes, "Just scream it really loud." But all I had to do was go, "Sorry about," and then the crowd did the rest, you know?
Yeah, which was extra cool. And the fact the crowd, they were doing the beer money chant too when they go, "Beer money," it was cool. And it came across as that much more of a surprise, because I think Samoa Joe had showed up a couple months before that, and I think you were like only the second big name. I mean, obviously NXT's had big names like before, like Neville, Sami Zayn, people like that, but in terms of like real surprises, you were definitely one of the first ones, and it was a super cool moment on the network. If people want to relive it, cheap plug for that, blah, blah, blah.
And it's so funny because there's like these two people in the crowd that the camera pans over to, and they're just going absolutely crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like this little guy in glasses.
I was going to say the kid with the glasses, yeah.
Yeah, he's like, yeah. And then, like, I've watched, and, like, WWE's used that guy for, like, other video packages. I'm like, that's my guy! What?
That's funny. Well, at least you weren't able to get the mic afterward, but they did do that backstage promo with you, with Tom Phillips, that went up on their channel, which was cool. And you were able to say sorry about your damn luck then, right?
Well, see, and they made a point for me to say that. So it was, it was really cool. So, like, I'm sure, like, if I would have been there, then I definitely would have been using it, because it's just something that they can make more money off of.
Exactly. Exactly. It's just an easy thing to get over, and it's on all your merchandise now, so it's a very easy, marketable thing. It's not like confused with anything else. It's unique.
Well, and that's what Road Dogg was telling me too. He goes, it reminds me of when we would come out and go, "Oh, you didn't know," and I was just like, "Oh, well, thanks for putting me in that category with you."
That's high praise. Was the thing that this is? I don't know. You've probably confirmed this before. I know that I've heard this elsewhere. Was that the music that AJ Styles ended up using? That's been long speculated. That was supposed to be for you. Have you heard anything about that before?
Yeah, no, it actually was. They sent it to me.
Oh wow!
And I had emailed them back, and I was like, "Oh, I like it." And they told me that they were actually going to put "Sorry About Your Damn Luck" at the beginning of that. And,
that's crazy.
And then I didn't sign. And I remember I was on a flight over to England, and as soon as I landed, I got to my room and I started watching the network, and I watched it, and then I was just like, well, I'll be damned. But I mean, it works out because I mean, if you listen to the song, like the whole redneck stuff, whatever, like that was written for me.
Yeah. No. If you listen to the lyrics, it sounds like it would be for you, so it makes complete sense. They say country boy, blah blah blah. It's like, okay, that sounds like it would be for
you ain't breaking this redneck, and it's just, but I mean, it's worked out for AJ. He's done pretty good with it. So
I would definitely say so. When you heard the music, when you're watching the network, are you thinking, okay, are they teasing like me coming in or something, even though I'm not there, because you hear the music, or you're like, okay, this has got to be someone else?
Well, no, and then I think it was like right around, I think, Royal Rumble, or maybe before Royal Rumble this year. Mm-hmm. Like they posted a thing, like WWE posted a thing, like NXT's 5 biggest surprises, and I was number 1. I was like, wait a minute, like, are you guys bringing me in? I don't know about this. Like, what's going on here?
I think that's the worst part. It's crazy. I feel like they get people's hopes up with this type of stuff, and then they're great. Again, in certain respects, it's awesome, but when it comes to stuff like that, they generate excitement for certain things that they know aren't going to happen. So we just end up having really, really, disappointed expectations when we don't see you. And again, going back to the Mojo Rawley thing, he's a great guy and whatnot. It's just funny to think about in retrospect. But anyway.
I had a whole thing also like where, because they come to Nashville like twice a year, and just something where I'm just sitting in the front row at the Nashville show, and then Bobby just walks by and he stops, turns around, just looks at me and just walks off, and then kind of just go with something from there,
It just, yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
But then I was thinking, I was like, man, I think I'd just much rather be just a surprise, come in and this, instead of something like that.
Oh,
like you said, this.
Yeah. Well, you mentioned like the Royal Rumble. That'd be perfect right there. I mean, you mentioned how the Royal Rumble should have more surprises. No bigger surprise than James Storm showing up at one of the numbers.
Especially, if Bobby's like number one.
Yep.
He gets stuck number one, like, and he's like, I'll take them all out.
Mm-hmm. And then you show up and you throw him right out of the ring. I think it's just too perfect. Maybe we're predicting something for 2021 if we have fans by that point. I can't imagine a Rumble without fans there. So hopefully we're back to normal by then. I guess we'll soon see.
I think we're on to something. I think if he said, and see, I miss the old, like the drawing machine,
yep.
Where they, instead of like you already knowing who's going to come out at what number, like set it where you don't know really, where they have to be backstage with the balls and draw a number out with the balls. Like I missed that. That was always cool. Maybe have Bobby draw number one. He leaves, starts walking off, and sits a 6-pack of beers. Like, well, somebody left a beer here.
Exactly.
Then number two hits.
It's just too perfect. I mean, with stuff like that too, it's like I think they did one year with like the bingo balls or whatever, like you were talking about. They had Eddie Guerrero as number one, but they didn't say that he was number one. But he was trying to like pawn off the number to like Ric Flair or something, which was great. They'll do it whenever it's convenient for them. They don't do it every year. They'll do it once every couple of years, and then they'll just stop doing it. But that would be cool though. That would be cool, especially in like a Philadelphia or Chicago where you absolutely know the crowd would go crazy.
Or like Orlando or Tampa.
Exactly. That's where AJ showed up, and it made for one of the greatest moments in terms of crowd reactions in recent memory, if not ever. So.
Oh yeah.
I completely agree. Final question for you. Sorry, go ahead.
I think his was in Orlando, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was in Orlando. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just ended up working out perfectly. Where the crowd would have reacted big anyway, just because, like yourself and others, where he's gone around the world, so everyone knows who he is. But it just made it extra special being in front of that crowd.